Okay, welcome to lesson 3 of Tracy Kenpo Karate Orange Belt. In your first lesson, you learned attacking the circle and sumo. In your second lesson, I taught you blocking the kick and Japanese stranglehold. So in your third lesson, I'm going to teach you headlock, A, B, and C, and Crash of the Eagles, part 1, A through E. So let's get started. Let's bow in. Alright, let's start by first reviewing what we've done. We've got attacking the circle. This is just a footwork drill to teach you the different angles of the clock and the most common angles we use when teaching Kenpo. This is more about footwork than it is handwork, but to give your hands something to do, you'll step in for your first move to 12, left hand in check, chop the neck, chop the groin, slide in, slide out to 3, chop the neck, chop the groin, slide back in, slide out, chop the neck and groin again to 6. Then we're going to come in and go back out to 9 and chop, chop. Then we're going to come back to center, not raising or lowering our weight. We're going to step back out to our 230s and do the same thing. Then 430, then 730. And the last move is 1030, and that's attacking the circle. Then we have sumo, which is for a low grab. So we're going to step out, clear the arms with the elbows followed by the forearms, bounce right back out, double spear hand to the throat, grab the hand with the left as we step forward with our right-handed chamber, soft bow, back to your fighting stance or horse stance as you do a forearm smash. But continue that range of motion and follow it straight up to a chin strike, rolling over into a hammer fist to the groin. Draw to a cat, line up with your opponent, back kick, and cross out, but not too far. You want to still be able to pull the trigger if you need to. That brings us to your third technique, which was blocking the kick. Real simple kicks. A, step back, downward block, right reverse punch, left hand in chamber, hard bow, back to your stance. The B version, same thing, but this time we're going to go to the solar plexus. And then we got C, which is our groin. And then D, we're going to assume after we've done our block that we can't reach with a punch. They're out of that critical distance line, so we're going to go to a front snap kick to the groin and set back down. And then the D version, as I explained, Tracy's step back, front thrust kick to the body because it's for a left kick. I teach it differently, downward block, slight thrust kick to the supporting knee and set back down. So those are the first 4 techniques. Let's go on to your 2 new techniques. First one is headlock. Headlock is just what it says, it's for a headlock. So A and B is from the side, in this case your right side, and C is for a head-on. C I do slightly different than Tracy's, but as always I'll point out those differences when I get to them. So we have headlock A. We're going to start in our trigger position. Now we always start with our hand out or in the position that we most likely will be if we are grabbed in some way. This teaches the mind that when we go to this position, the muscles will know what to do and the muscle memory will take over. So when doing this technique, you'll start from the trigger position, which is somewhat similar to what you would look like if you were actually in a headlock with someone coming around just like this. Now, since we're in this position, we're going to take our right foot, or left foot in this case, step to 230 as our hands come up in a C-like motion, and we are going to hammer fist the kidney and the groin. The right hand will go for the kidney, the left hand will go for the groin. Then from here, the right hand comes up, grabs the hair, heel palms the jaw as we go into a left hard bow towards the 6 o'clock position or thereabouts. Okay, again, we start from our trigger position. Left foot steps to 230 at the same time. So as we step, we're going to come up and around, and we're going to strike the groin. At the same time, we're going to strike the kidney. This will kind of double them over and arch them at the exact same time. So from here, strike kidney and groin. Grab the hair. Now, what if they're bald, or they have a hat on, or there's no way to grab the hair? You can use the nose, you can grab the eyes, pull an ear, whatever you need to pull that head back. Because what we want to do is we want to pull that head back and expose the chin, so that as we come in, we can heel palm straight up into the chin and jar that head even further back. So, from here, left, 230, double hammer for a strike, fist strike. Right to kidneys, left to groin. Right hand comes up and grabs the hair. As we pull the head back, at the same time we're going to pivot to a hard bow and drive the hand straight up and into the chin of your opponent as we stay in our hard bow stance. Now this one's a little stylized because it is in a kata. You will see this later on in your short 3 kata. So, B version. B version's a little less involved. All we're going to do is real simply, we got the body here, instead of stepping around, we're going to drop to our left knee, or the one that's closest to your opponent. At the same time, we're going to come up with a ridge hand right between the legs to the groin. So we're going to go down and strike, just like that. Okay, so B is very simple. We're in this position, just down and strike. Now, why would you use this one over the other one? Maybe you can't get around the opponent. Maybe it's happening too fast. Maybe there's more than one opponent involved. So the simplest thing would be to come straight up and into the groin. And then from there you can go into a takedown. Once you're here, you can grab their foot, take them off their feet, roll them over, and go into some other type of a Kenpo technique. So we have A, which is from here, step to 230, double hammer fist, grab, heel palm the jaw. Then we have B, drop your left knee as we go straight down and come up with a ridge hand to the groin. Now we have C. C we do slightly different. The Tracy's traditional way is you step forward and ridge hand the groin like this. It's not very smooth feeling. It's kind of awkward when you do it, especially with an opponent, trying to get that ridge hand in there just like you need to. So what we've done is we've altered it slightly. It still starts off the same way, except we're going to step right into our opponent and kind of push them back or bump them just a bit with our shoulder. And as we do so, we're going to hammer fist the groin. And then we're just going to shuffle forward a few times as we do so. It's kind of hard to do that with a ridge hand. In order to do the ridge hand, you have to step left, which makes it a little bit harder, more cumbersome to bump your opponent. And it's a little harder to shuffle when you're trying to ridge hand somebody and get that line up every time. So on the C version, we do it slightly different. There again, we start from our trigger, right foot steps forward. This covers our center line, and we hammer fist the groin with our left hand in check. And you just keep shuffling forward until they're loose enough that you can get out. So headlock A, we'll repeat. Step left, 230. Double hammer fist, grab, heel palm the groin. The B variation, we're going to drop down, ridge hand the groin. C variation, step forward right, and hammer fist the groin until they loosen up that you can go into another technique or get out and leave the scene. Okay, let's start from this angle. Okay, there again, headlock A is in short 3. So we'll start from a position of our trigger, step left to 230, double hammer fist, one to the kidney, one to the groin, hand comes up, pull the head back as we heel palm to about the 730 position, between 6 and 730. Okay, again, A, double hammer fist strike, grab, heel palm, and that's how you do a headlock A. B, real simple. We're just going to drop to our right knee as our ridge hand comes straight up. Left hand is down in a check position in case we need it for some other self-defense move. And C, they're in front of us instead of off to the side. So we're going to step right and hammer fist the groin as we shuffle forward to get them off of us. Okay, last round from this angle. So from here, we're in our trigger, step left to 230, double hammer fist. Grab the hair, heel palm the jaw, hand in chamber, very stylized because that's the way it's going to be done in the kata. B version, drop with your right, bridge hand to the groin. C version, we're going to step right, cover our own center line, hammer fist the groin as our left hand is in check, and shuffle forward a few times until they come, loosen up and get off so that we can go into something else. So those are your headlocks A, B, and C. Your next technique we're going to go over is Crash of the Eagles Part 1. Okay, there is a Part 2 and it's in blue belt. And I'll continue on with several more different variations of the same thing to show you numerous ways to do the exact same thing. So the A version, I'm going to do this sideways so it's easier to see for this particular one. You got someone coming up and either grabbing you with a choke or shoulder grab. But either way, the hands are at arm's length, so they're out like this, grabbing you. So what we're going to do is we're going to step right to the 730 position, and we're going to bring our right hand up over elbow and into chamber. Now from here, this is where Tracy and I will differ once again. The standard way to do this is an uppercut elbow followed by a hammer fist or a back knuckle to the nose. It's not really the way I like to do it. I don't think I can get really enough power in there to do enough damage, or with this knuckle, and it makes it really hard to kind of follow up with it. So the way I teach it is step back just like you did, hand in chamber, but I teach you come across the elbow this way. And then you can either back knuckle down or back knuckle sideways into the side of the face. It just gives you more options and it sets you up for the other variations of the technique as well. So for Crash of the Eagles Part 1, A variation, right foot steps back, right hand up and over, back to your soft bow, hand is in chamber, left hand is in a check position. Now I come up and over like this. Okay, so this one's going to go over the arms, and this one is going to immediately check the arms to keep them from coming back up and over, or to make sure that they do clear. Then from there, I come over the arms, over the top this way, back to our horse or fighting stance. As I throw the elbow, you can do over the top back knuckle to the bridge of the nose, or back fist to the face. Okay, one more time on A. Once you have A down, then all of them are pretty much the same. We're just going to change our strike and our target. So again on A, soft bow, hands up and over, elbow, back knuckle to the top, or back knuckle to the face. That's A. Now B, same motion, up, over, back knuckle, back knuckle, but elbow, then claw to the face. Just like we learned in Fang of the Cobra. So this can come up and claw down, or across and claw at an angle. Okay, again on B. Step back right to 730, up and over, soft bow. From soft bow back to your horse stance as you throw your claw to the face. So A is a back knuckle, B is a claw. C version starts off exactly the same way there again. Up, over, back knuckle. This time we're going to chop the groin, follow through, and chop the groin. There again, a little bit different than Tracy's. There'll be more short chops. I teach a little bit long arm technique, more of a Chinese style versus the Japanese style. So as you come over and you're going to elbow, then you're going to chop through and chop through. So just make an X. Just like this, and then your hands are set up to follow through if you need further strikes. So that's the C version. So let's go through those three again. Crash of the Eagles A. Soft bow. Up and over. Clear those arms. As you clear those arms and you do it hard enough, their head will jerk forward. Okay? That's one reason I don't really like the elbow, because if they come in too low, you're just jamming this up. But I prefer to come across and then back knuckle. This way I can get a little bit more weight behind it. I can follow through with it, and it allows me to set up for another strike. So again, on A, right foot, 730, up and over. Jerk that head forward, smack them back, and then back knuckle either the temple, side of the face, or the bridge of the nose. The B, same variation, same start, up, over, chamber, soft bow, elbow, claw the face. Then the C, same thing, up, over, back knuckle, chop, chop. And I don't mean back knuckle, I meant elbow, chop, chop. Okay? So, A, back knuckle. B, claw. C, chop, chop. Just remember C stands for chop, chop. D, we're going to do slightly different as far as stepping back. Because in this particular instance, we're going to go in a little closer. And this may be because you don't have the room to do any of the hand strikes. You're a little jammed up when you step back. So as we step back, we're going to step more between their legs. And this time I am going to come up over, but you can still go across the same way. It doesn't matter. And roll immediately over into a hammer fist to the groin. Left hand in check. Okay, again, the D, step more to the 12 o'clock position. Hand up and over. Elbow following through, hammer fist to the groin. So don't stop and then drop. No matter how you do the elbow, if you're going to do under uppercut, just continue that action. Continue that flow. Okay, that should never stop. Should be one, just leads right into the other. And that's your D variation. So, A, back knuckle. B, claw. C, chop, chop. D, hammer fist to the groin. That leads us to Crash of the Eagles Part 1. A, but E. In this case, what happens if they are on top of you? Okay? They're right on top of you, they're breathing down your neck. Obviously you can't step back, so we're going to step forward. So the left foot's going to step forward to 230, up, over, elbow. Then we're just going to do all the above. Back fist, claw, chop, chop, hammer fist to the groin. Now, why are we doing all those variations at once? One, it's the same time, save time, okay? I don't need you to come in here and show me that you can do this every time, okay? So, I'm just going to go do that. And also it works your hands. Teaches you go from one strike to the next, okay? So, as we come up and, as we do E, we're going to step forward, over, back knuckle, back fist, claw, chop, chop, hammer fist. Okay? So, you've got 6 new techniques now with headlock A, B, and C being your new ones, as well as, I'm sorry, my kitties just came into the training area, so it's distracting a little bit. Okay, so we got headlock A, B, and C, and you got Crash of the Eagles Part 1, because I know you guys are looking forward to Part 2, A through E. So headlock A, one more time. Hammer fist groin, grab, heel palm the jaw. B, reach hand to the groin. C, back knuckle, okay? Then we got a Crash of the Eagles. Step forward, clear, back knuckle. A, B, step back, clear, claw. Again, C, elbow, chop, chop. D, step back, up and over, hammer fist the groin. And the E, the final variation, step forward, clear, elbow, back fist, claw, chop, chop, hammer fist. And there again, that's not because you can hit them every single strike. It's just to show you that it doesn't matter what you use, you can do the same thing whether you step forward or back. So that's lesson 3 of Tracy's Kenpo Orange Belt. If you have any questions, always feel free to send me comments or use the chat I've set up. Just chat with me and I'll be happy to assist you with what you've got. All the best and see you in lesson 4.